This podcast will hopefully contain words or statements of obscene, pornographic, or immoral character. You have been warned. You have been warned. You have been warned.
Get into things right away because I'm fired up.
All right, you're fired up. Okay.
All right.
I'm just going to play. Go ahead. I'm not even sidetracking. You fucking go. Get him, Tiger.
I don't even know what episode this is. I don't even give a fuck because I got a rant.
6 or 7. But anyway, go.
Yeah. So I'm all about people wanting to make themselves feel better about themselves. If someone feels bad about themselves about something and there's something they can do to make themselves a happier person, like it's fine and like it doesn't affect me and like everyone should be able to do what they want to do. And I just want everybody to be happy in this life. That being said,
oh Jesus.
What the fuck did Madonna do to her face?
I did not think it was going that way. Holy shit, that is so fucking funny.
So did you see the pictures going around of her?
Yeah, yes. Danny Doodle happens to be a user of the Daily Mail, and yes, that has been fodder for the last couple days.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, if she felt she needed to do something to make herself feel better, like so be it. It's none of my business. And if she feels better about herself, cool. But dude, the money that lady has, and I mean, like as soon, like I'm thinking of Dead Kennedy's plastic surgery disasters. Like her face, she doesn't even look like herself anymore. And I think more than anything, it's just kind of disappointing because I feel like in so many ways Madonna was a bit of a trailblazer for just women in general and like sort of breaking down barriers for women in certain ways, you know, like with sexuality and just like being more open with dressing certain ways. And I don't know, I just feel like she took away all the like goodness she was doing by being who she was and just went down the fucking like route of just not accepting getting older. It's like it's almost like sad she succumbed to just like she had to fuck her face up so bad to feel like she needed to stay relevant or something. Like it just, she would have had so much more respect from people if she was like one of the people who like decided to not go that route and just like age gracefully.
If they ever do a Batman animated movie or based off the Dark Knight, she would do an awesome Harley Quinn because her face is all expanded and it kind of fits the cartoon dimensions that were put forth by the Dark Knight cartoon.
Dude.
So she's got that going for her.
Yeah, it's there's such a part of me that feels bad right now even like talking about it because I'm like, I'm just so torn by it because like I said, I'm like, do what you want to do to feel better in life, but also that was completely unnecessary and you took it too far. Like you went too far with it and now you just don't even look like a human anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me a bad person, but I'm it's just like, dude, like she was always just so unique and like attractive in her own unique way. And it's like, it just would have been so much more interesting to see her age naturally and just
own it.
And own it. That, I guess that's you nailed it. That's what I was trying to get across earlier, is everything she's done in her life has been about her like saying, fuck you, fuck it, and owning it. And like no excuses. And like then now she's just like went this other way, and like it just would have been such a chance for her to just continuing to like conquer and own her life by like not going that route, and she went that route, and it just kind of
what do you want to say, redefining beauty standards and stuff instead of
yeah
bowing down to them.
exactly. Yeah, thank you. You helped me like put that into better form. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just kind of found it sad. I saw those pictures. I was like, God damn it. Like, it's like, bro, I'm sorry. Like you can't look in the mirror and like think that looks okay. Like like, is she like bummed? I mean, like seriously, do you like look in the mirror every day when you look like that and you're just like, yeah, this is great. Like they did a good job. It's like, no, they did not.
Oh my God. Well, there's so many people that have fucking just fell victim to that shit, trying to hold on to something instead of, owning their age.
Yeah.
It's fucking sad.
And like I said, there are things that do happen to people as they age, that there's people get surgeries for like their eyes start to droop really crazy because like they actually get like impaired to like blink correctly, and like your neck like can start to droop so bad that it actually like causes issues with like stuff in your neck and stuff. So
Dude,
like shit like that, I'm like, if it's like like half cosmetic, half you kind of like need to have it done because of like a health thing, like that's cool. But I mean, it's just so obvious she was going the like, I want to be like 35 again route, and it failed.
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to look at people like that sometimes, especially when I assume in their mind they're doing the right thing, where it feels like you should have just stayed the course and be who you are. God, I can't believe it. You are beautiful, and aging gracefully and being beautiful can still happen without looking like a fucking clown.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I think another element to it as well is probably, especially someone in her position, is just for the entirety of her life, just being surrounded by yes men who are just like never will fucking tell her like what's up, for fear of losing their job or like getting fired or whatever, like people just are always telling people like her, not just her, like famous people in general, like no one probably ever is gonna like tell them what's really going on.
Yeah. I mean, I think you always see that where people they just want to ride the coattail. So it's always going to be, yep, you look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like can you sign this? And I need 20.
Exactly.
I grab a pack of smokes.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's my Madonna rant.
I agree. So at least there's two people.
Yeah.
That think she looks like clown-ish. Maybe when they redo Attack of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, she's got a part.
Damn it! Yeah, it's
she
so
could
bad.
She could be in It 3. There's always room to kind of make up for your fucking failures. You just gotta embrace it now and run with it as best you can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, I guess she is the material girl, so nice job fucking that up. Fucking hell. So camping. Let me ask you a question. What the fuck are you doing camping?
What do you mean? What am I doing camping?
What confused you about my fucking question? What the fuck were you doing camping?
Because camping's awesome. What's wrong with you? I just don't even know how to answer this because it's such a fucking ridiculous question.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, have you never camped before?
Yeah, when I was fucking 4 and I thought it was a cool idea. Back when I thought I was Mary Poppins and could fly off my fucking picnic table. Yeah, camping was cool. But I like to shit in a toilet and sleep in a bed and Like those things are nice. Like we evolved to avoid going out and sleeping under the stars.
You also stand up to wipe your ass, so
That is true.
your opinion is null and
That is
void.
true. So you know what? I am better evolved for this situation than you are, and I know not to go out and fucking lay under the stars.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Oh my Lord.
Like
It's fucking
that
embarrassing. Embarrassing.
that whole
you need to fucking trade in your Moorhead card.
your logic is so flawed for this. By saying just because we evolved to not have to camp, we should not camp anymore. That's like Gene saying that just because we have fork and spoons, we should never eat with chopsticks.
Oh
ever.
my God.
Like that logic is so flawed.
Oh my God, his wife was Korean. Oh my God, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
I'm like, I'm not even going down this rabbit hole.
I bet you Gene goes camping too.
Yeah, all this logic is so flawed from both of you. I can't even begin to address it in all the ways it needs to be addressed.
It's fucking dreadful. So how do you go camping? Do you have a tent? Do you sleep in your car or a cabin?
It's just different all the time. It just kind of depends on like what experience we're going for. We have many different options. So I do still tent camp sometimes if we're trying to like super rough it. But right now it's a little bit too cold because we go out to the desert to camp. So like it's pretty cold at night still right now. So tent camping you can do, but it's a little brutal. So my friend Jordan, he just got this van. It's like a camper van kind of thing. So we took that out and we just like hung out. I mean, we did all sort of like normal camping stuff. We like we went to still like a primitive camping spot. So it's basically like a tent camping area. There's like no bathrooms. It's like basically you're just like out in the fucking desert in the middle of nowhere. It's a state park, but there's no like facilities or anything like that. You just basically primitive camp. But you can get vehicles in there and stuff. So yeah.
Is it Borrego?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we kind of have
any
like
freaky shit happen?
Well, we had freaky shit happen, but not necessarily because of
I know where this is going.
Because of the desert. I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's like just like going mushroom camping. We just go out there and just fucking take drugs and camp. And there's just no one around. Like we kind of have like a secret spot that we've been going to for like well over a decade now, if not more. And it's very rare for there to be like, sometimes you'll see like a few people out there, but there's been times we've gone out where you don't really see anybody.
It's going to get fucked up because the one podcast I listened to, they're releasing the Borrego Triangle documentary because they feel there's a lot of weird shit that happens there. So they're going to fuck it up for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I when people ask where we go camping, I never actually say exactly where, because I just don't want to blow the spot up. But yeah, I mean, we did all the normal sort of camping shit, like built a fire, took the BB gun out, shot the BB gun.
That's awesome.
Just doing like, like camping shit. We went on some hikes. But then Jordan's van, it's just like super sick. We just slept inside that, but it's one of those vans where you can actually go inside the front. So the front passenger seat spins.
Oh, you got captain seats.
Yeah. So it spins to the back. So you can like actually turn to like hang out with the people in the back. And he's got like a stove and a sink and a refrigerator inside of it. So we like cook dinner and breakfast in there, and we just hang out in there and eat. And then, yeah, so you can like go in and out. So if you're by the fire and might start to get a little chilly, you can go in the van for a little bit and chill out, warm up, and then come back out. But yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. Like, I don't know. I feel like anybody who doesn't like to camp is like missing out on just one of the greatest activities of life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're missing out.
I
So
will
sorry you're so evolved.
sorry. I'm sad I've missed out on it. But I'll be okay with it.
But the cool thing from the camping trip though, there's this company out here that started making these mushroom gummies, and still just trying to kind of figure out the dosing and stuff, because they actually have a little sheet inside that sort of explains, like, if you eat this many, this is sort of like the experience you'll have and whatever. So we like started out, we ate one, we waited an hour, and then we ate a second one, and we waited another hour. And it was kind of like after that second one, we were like it could kind of go either way. Like
So you
maybe
took two more.
so we ended up eating a third, and seriously, like 10 minutes after eating the third, I felt the second one really start to ramp up. I was like, oh, didn't need that third one, so strap in and let's fucking go.
Oh my lord.
And yeah, so had a really good time, fucking laughed my ass off at shit. And it was crazy too. It was definitely it was weird. It's the first trip I've ever had where I really didn't have like hallucination tracer breathing kind of things with objects. It was like I forget what they call that thing where it's like when you see faces and shit that has like a name. You know,
Like pareidolia?
I think that's what it is, something like that. But which that always kind of happens when you're tripping anyway, you see shit and stuff. But that was like my only real experience was kind of had like a pretty crazy body high, but was only really seeing faces and everything. And it was like really intensified more than it normally is. So it was, I don't know, it was like a very unique trip. I never really had one like that before where it was just seeing stuff in everything.
So I have always dreamt, copyright here, MC Baby Crusher, whatever, 2023. I always wanted to do a comic book series, and a superhero,
Uh-huh.
he used pareidolia. So anything he could see and imagine, that he could actually like bring into play.
Oh wow, which would be a fucking awesome idea because I saw a fucking crocodile in a rock.
That is awesome. And your crocodile can come out and do the shit. Yeah, like that. I've like been whatever, like mapping it out in my head for years.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It was a very unique experience. And it was like the faces and forms that I saw were split very much like right down the middle of I was seeing like really pleasant, happy forms and faces, and 50% like kind of negative, evil forms and faces. So it was kind of
Ooh.
interesting. There was such a split like right down the middle. I'd like see something that would like make me laugh and kind of make me happy, and I'd see something that would kind of give me like a bummer high for like a few seconds, and I'd have to like look away.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and there, I saw this like crazy, because we were sitting by the fire, just like watching the fire, and you see all kinds of crazy shit in the flames and like whatever. And this like one face like formed on the side of a log that was burning, and it, dude, it was like really fucking terrifying looking. It like looked so menacing, and it like looked like this crazy demon face. And it's like, if like, I don't, well, maybe you don't know, but when you're in that state, like forms will sometimes stay for as long as you want them to kind of be there, or sometimes they'll just, like, if you blink and you go to try to find it again, it'll already be gone. So it just, I don't know, it's weird. Some things will stay and some things won't, but this one particular demon face was just kind of staying there, and it was kind of like starting to like piss me off and I felt like it was like really staring at me. So I like got up from the chair and I went and got my BB gun. I came back and I like smashed the face on the log with the butt of my BB gun. I was like, fuck you, quit staring at me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm 20 years out, so fucking none of that.
But
Well,
yeah,
probably more than 20 years out.
saw a crocodile and a rock, the same rock from a different, and this is, when I say rock, I should actually say boulder, because this place where we camp, there's huge boulders that are at the actual campsites. So you'll just be like camping and you're just around all these rocks and stuff. There's one rock I looked at looked like King Kong was buried from his nose down. Like it's just like his nose was like sticking out.
That is awesome. That's like the opposite of fucking Planet of the Apes ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was basically like, yeah, like Easter Island kind of heads, but King Kong. But the visuals weren't even the craziest part. So we usually always end up listening to music just because, I mean, we've talked about this on here before. Just listening to fucked up music when you're tripping is just so fucking cool. So, and actually one of the reasons I even wanted to bring this up is because I was curious if you actually knew about this band, because I feel like they're sort of, they felt like to me they would be in your wheelhouse, and that like I know that maybe based on a label that they were on for a little while, maybe you already knew about this band. But we were just looking through Spotify, just trying to find like, you know, if you just listen to this, so you might like this now. And this band called Negativland came up.
Oh my God. Fuck yes, dude.
Okay, so obviously you know who they are.
Fuck yes.
So I
They're
never,
awesome.
I never heard of Negativland ever. And Jordan had heard of them. I think he listened to maybe like one album of theirs. And so he was like, yeah, there's this band I checked out a while back. This might be cool to listen to right now. So we, and they were on SST for a little while, I guess. So
can't even fucking imagine.
Yeah, so the first record we listened to was, I guess it's like one of their more famous ones. It's called Escape from Noise, I think it's called.
I don't fuck. I'd have to look that up.
But dude, I'm telling you, if anyone's listening to this right now and you're someone who likes to dabble in psychedelics, Negativland Escape from Noise is like the ultimate record to listen to while in that state. Dude, we were fucking dude, it's just like that fucking record takes you on a journey. And then we were so enthralled by listening to that, we like went down this rabbit hole of like, we listened to a bunch of their records like back to back. And dude, we were,
because that has Christianity Stupid on it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, we were fucking dying. We were laughing so hard at so much shit on their records. And yeah, so anyway, props to Negativland for being just a fucking genius band.
So I think the ones that I listened to fucking Free.
Oh yeah, we listened to that one, I think.
And there's the Dyspepsy. I listened to that one.
Well, that's the one that Jordan first heard them, was the Pepsi one. I was like, holy fuck, I can't believe I never knew about this band, and this is just so right up my alley. Like even in a sober state, I was just like, this band is like, this band should be one of the most popular bands in the world, but that'll never happen.
No.
It's like, it's definitely not for everybody. But I was like, damn, this is so fucking cool. So I went down, I've been just on a fucking rampage, like listening to shit and looking stuff up on YouTube and stuff since we got back. And the other thing that's really crazy too is that they formed in like 1979 and they really never broke up. They still play and they've put records out like almost every 2 or 3 years pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, I think SST was like the biggest label they were ever on. And they got sued by Greg Ginn for some shit. And then they've always put shit out on their own labels. I don't know, just like everything about this band is so cool that they never really got popular, but just did what they do and just kept going and like didn't give a fuck. Like it's just so much respect for that. But like 3 of the core dudes in the band have passed away. Like they, over the last like 5 or 6 years, like they all kind of died within a few years of each other.
That's crazy.
So I think there's like one original member left in the band who's like kind of still keeping it going. But the one thing that's I think really cool is they sort of do like a more original, not even original, it's all original, but they have more of sort of like a song based album. And then they have this thing called the Over the Edge series, which is all the like things you're describing, like the radio show sounding stuff. So they have like Over the Edge volume 1 through 9 or 10 or something like that. And each one is like a different theme. And the one we listened to while we were tripping it's the Over the Edge. I think it's volume 2, Pastor Dick Miriam's Purse Fund, I think is what the record's called.
Oh, that sounds phenomenal. I have to listen to it.
It is just, dude, it's amazing. Like, I can't even begin to describe just the genius level of these motherfuckers. So,
Dustin's the one that introduced me to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have to ask him how he got into them. I'd be curious what his like gateway was to finding out about them.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Yeah, it was a bizarre one he dropped on me, but I liked it.
Yeah,
I just because I like all the fucking samples. There's like way too much. The amount of time putting that shit together blows my mind.
Dude, we were talking about that on the drive back from the desert. We were just like, dude, like think about, because Jordan does some home recording stuff too. So I mean, he's very familiar with all the shit that goes into like recording stuff. So we were talking about that. He's just like, dude, he's like, it's fucking crazy to think about. The record we listened to was from like 87 or something. He's like, dude, he's like, this was all before it was like drag and drop wave file Pro Tools shit.
Shit, dude, it's fucking nuts to think about the amount of time and effort they put in to fucking drag it. Then they had to record it. Like the fact that they're fucking yanking shit, the wherewithal to grab shit as life is happening. And like, this is the best clip ever.
Yeah, like those dudes were probably holding microphones up to TVs and just, it's just like I guess the point I'm trying to make is you could appreciate a modern band coming out making a record like that, because you'd be like, well, this is fucking cool, and the time that went into making this, like, this band's really fucking fun to listen to. But when you think about some of their shit was being made in the 80s,
I think that I like how I point that to you, should hunt these motherfuckers down, and we need to do a Q&A with them.
Dude, that would be amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It's
no, they're not in fucking high demand.
They have, we were like, so what's like, what is their following? You know, like who's listening to this, and like what bands that we like say they were influenced by them, you know what I mean? Because it's like they have so many elements that I could see in bands that I listen to who came after them,
right?
So I'd definitely be curious to see just like who all was like super influenced by them. But yeah, I think they have like 2,000 followers on their Instagram or something.
I mean, and that actually,
so for a band that's been around that long, that's not a lot of followers.
No. So I put it to you. So for our 100 or give or take listeners, they would want to hear from these people as well.
Yeah.
It would be fucking groundbreaking for us. I think we should hunt them down. What the fuck else are they going to do on a Saturday? Or Wednesday night?
Yeah, well,
talk with us. You'll give them a hand job. I'm sure they lived on the West Coast.
I'll give them an evil one too.
Yeah,
they are from California. I think they're from up near San Francisco area. But yeah, man. So anyway, that was like, and that's the other thing that's cool too, is being, you know, like we've been in this game for a long time now. So to still come across something that you've never heard before that gives you that feeling like you had when you heard something for the first time when you were 16 or something, like that's, man, I like live for that shit. Finding new stuff that just like gets you hyped, that is just something that you probably should have known about by now, but you didn't.
And it is like nothing you would listen to before for the most part. Like it is so different that it catches you off guard. It's like, hello?
Yeah, it's like this shit should have been in my wheelhouse for years, and just I didn't even know it existed. So
Yeah, because you know what? I don't think Dumpling listened to him, and he was always into the absolutely crazy dumb shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy now you think about it.
Well, we were talking about that. I was just like, man, it's crazy I never knew about this band with like exactly what you just said. Like
Him and
people,
Steve.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
just
those
so many
guys.
like people we hung out with who were down the like weirdo rabbit hole more than we were, who like exposed us to stuff. So yeah, that one just kind of flew under the radar for whatever reason. But
So
yeah,
now
anyway,
is so now is time we need to make the public announcement of we're on every other week, and it's not really due to this, but it feels like that's kind of the cause and effect. Is that we are practicing for your return here to the East Coast for our 2-show tour
that's right.
in the
Yes.
end of April. We've already got what was it, Cumberland on the somethingth of April,
Yeah, I
and I
think
think we're lining up the Baltimore show for whatever the Friday prior to that is, which I don't fucking know.
yeah, I think it's so Friday, April 21st is
Baltimore.
Baltimore, and then Saturday, April 22nd, we're playing Cumberland. So yeah, Cravin Mooreheds reunion weekend. Stoked.
Woohoo! So there's a reason that we aren't regular. It's not because we ate too much cheese and are backed up. It is because the band's got to practice. Oh,
Yeah.
and we have a special song for Gene that we're not going to unleash yet.
Oh,
That
that's right.
he'll be fucking shitting Twinkies, and it'll make me happy for him to take the high notes. Um, but anyway, that will come at a time.
Yeah.
So fear not, listeners. We'll be back on a regular schedule eventually.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, my bitch ass is whipped after practice. And
Is it?
it's usually Sunday. It's whipped, and I think it's just the drive,
Yeah.
jam drive. So even though it might only be an hour practice,
Mm-hmm.
it's a 6 or 7 hour event for my
Yeah.
fat ass. So it's like it's a lot going on. It's like fuck. The first practice whooped my ass. Like I was done.
Yeah. That's a long day for you and Fred. I mean,
And I came off a deadline too. So it was like I was beat before we went, and it just fucking killed me. But
yeah.
oh no, I'll be ready because I'm gonna whoop some chlamydia ass. Take those little punk bitches down, except for Roach, our number one fan.
That's right.
Word to the Roach. Or
So you're saying your goal is to school your son's band on hardcore reality.
oh, I don't know if we can because the Instagram videos last night showed fucking Gavin flopping around like a goddamn fish. My fat ass isn't getting back up off the floor if I get that low. If I'm fucking down, it's because I'm fucking out. It's not because I'm flopping trying to be all hardcore.
Yeah.
It'll be because I fucking had a heart attack. And we should go get the defibrillators.
So it's funny.
Crank up the VW. Kurt's gone down.
The VW.
Gene will be out there with the fucking jumper cables on my nipples. And psst,
Damn.
I'll like fucking flip in. He'll be burning my nipples off. It'll suck. I'll have to get plastic surgery like Madonna.
Yeah. On your boobies.
On my boobs. Maybe I can get them deflated as well.
That's
That'd be awesome.
Quite a visual you've conjured up there. I really fucking hope that does not happen because I'd have to stand there and watch that shit.
Who'd be the first one to grab their phone to videotape it?
Yeah,
that's
probably
the question.
But it's funny you bring that up though, because I was thinking about this the other day that it's definitely weird to think about playing a show where your kid's band is also playing. Like, I don't know. I like, how do you feel about that? Is it like weird to think
I feel
that
fucking old?
Well, not even the old part, but just, do you have like a sense of pride to think about us playing and like looking out and seeing your son and his friends potentially dancing to your music? Or is that like weird for you?
No, that actually is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
because oh my god, how stupid does this sound? But you feel like you've kept like that dream alive,
Gotcha.
or like you have spread the hardcore reality at least one more generation.
Yeah.
So there is at least one more set of morons let loose in the world.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, because I mean, obviously, I don't have kids, but like, I think it's cool to think about looking out and seeing those guys standing at a show when I knew them when they were like in diapers.
Yeah, destroying my fucking living room because you couldn't fucking control two fucking little fucking what were they? Probably 2 year olds, but that's okay.
But
I
yeah,
don't hold that against you.
it's cool. I don't know. Just there, I think for me, it's cool in two ways. It's cool that they have their band and they're doing their thing and they're doing awesome, and the fact that we're still around to do what we're doing. So yeah, and then just be able to play together. I don't know. It's like pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. I'm stoked on it. Like I think it would be badass.
Like it's definitely not something I ever thought I'd be able to say I was doing.
So, what's the more embarrassing point that I feel that we need them at least down in Baltimore to actually draw people for the show? That's
Oh
the
yeah.
more
Well,
embarrassing part.
I mean, we weren't really ever big down there anyway. I mean, we definitely had probably a bigger fan base in like DC Silver Spring kind of area more than Baltimore,
Yeah,
which
well, that's
ironically doesn't really make sense other than we played those places more, but you would think you guys being from Baltimore that would have panned out more in that direction, but it just didn't.
yeah, it's just crazy. Well, the fact it's even more crazy is Cumberland has a really good scene and Hagerstown has nothing. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy as shit, but it is
I
what it is.
I mean, I'll say this.
About that.
The 180 Club put Hagerstown on the map more than it ever would have been put on the map. But if it wouldn't have been for that, I would have said that I would have put Cumberland up against Hagerstown any day of the week for like a better scene overall. Because anytime we ever went up there and played, like shit went off, like always. Like I think it's just one of those things where it's just an area where not as much stuff happens. So when something does happen, like people don't lazy out and stay home. Like everybody fucking comes out.
That is fucking badass.
It was always like that. Every time I mean, anytime we got to show up there, we were probably always probably more hyped on playing up there than anywhere else, just because we were always welcomed and everyone treated us so well. And we never had a bad show up there ever. Like every show was fucking awesome. There was always some weird shenanigans that would go on, some weird story to come home with. And yeah, it's great up there. I'm stoked to play there again.
Dude, I'm stoked. I totally am. I can't wait.
So I had something to kind of bring up, and this won't take that long to probably discuss, but it's just a random thought that could maybe tie into the just daily routine kind of side of the podcast, talking about wiping and shit like that, but no pun intended. What is your order for like putting on socks and shoes and like getting dressed? Do you have like a specific order in which you do things like that? Or is it different all the time?
I
Like, are you like right sock, left
I
sock, right
oh
shoe, left
fuck it.
shoe, like that kind
I
of shit?
So I'm weird, and I wear socks pretty much from as soon as I get out of bed till I go to bed.
Okay, so you're
Like I
not
don't.
barefoot.
I'm not barefoot. Fucking too many fucking animals. It's just the shit always on the floor, so I prefer to have my sock heels on. And I don't
Yeah.
wear fucking slippers. I'm sure you have your fucking Crocs out rolling around the house in, but I can't do it.
No, I don't
So,
wear my Crocs inside. My Crocs are just for doing stuff with the chickens.
so, but if I'm getting ready for work, I think there is an order. It would, yeah. Oh my god, really? I can't believe I'm gonna fuck undershirt, shirt, Oh, if I'm getting out of the shower, it's undershirt, shirt, because I need my feet to dry off a little bit. Then I go skivvies. I deodorize, then socks, then poonts, and then my kicks. Left, right. I would assume left first because I'm left-handed, but I would have to verify that. Maybe I'll videotape it and post.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so hold on. We got to stop because the first part of that, I'm already just like, what the fuck? So you get out of the shower, you're like drying off, and you put on your shirts, and you're just like you're naked from the waist down, but have shirts on.
yeah, that would probably be true.
That's fucking weird. That's like I'm just, god damn it. See, it's my own fault for bringing this up. Now I just have this visual of you in the fucking button up shirt with shit just dangling underneath.
Shirt. Oh my god. When the I wore one today, but I was like, when the fuck do you think I actually wore a button up shirt to goddamn work?
All right. Well,
it's t-shirts.
T-shirt and polo shirt over that possibly. And your junk's just hanging.
I might have to ask Amanda because I swear I put shirts on before I put my skivvies on. I totally believe that. Like I am. We've already had my talk about the 2-shirt rule.
Yeah.
I am like uncool with my tits, so I don't want to see them. So they get covered first. My wing dang do. It's small and tucks away on its own, so I don't have to worry about that as much. So I can put skivvies on, but I can see my tits from the word go. Plus, my wing dang do is below the mirror, so
gotcha.
Only when I like fart or exhale and I can look straight down myself do I fucking worry about seeing my wing dang do.
Oh my god!
And then I skivvy it up, so I don't have to look at that either.
Tidy whities or boxers?
Fucking tidy whities. More tidy whities since I was probably fucking 13. Maybe 14.
And then, so do you go right sock, left sock, and then right shoe, left shoe, or whatever order?
Left. It would be left.
So you put a sock on and then a shoe? And then
no. Sock. It have to do it in a pair. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you do one sock, one shoe, one sock, one shoe?
No, because the reason why I'm bringing this up is we were talking about this, and this was another thing where I said people who put on one sock and then one shoe and then the other sock and another shoe, those people should be in a fucking mental hospital.
Dude, who the fuck would do that? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not fucking Mr. Rogers, and I don't think he did it that way either. Shoe.
Yeah,
oh my lord.
I mean, yeah, maybe there's people that do it that way, and sorry if you do it that way. I'm sure it works for you and that's cool, but I find that bizarre as fuck.
Yeah, that's really fucking bizarre. So what does your dressing regiment consist of?
Yeah, I'm kind of like the opposite of you, honestly. Like I'm definitely run
around tits flapping.
Well, if we're gonna use the comparison of, you know, getting out of the shower, if I was getting out of the shower, getting ready to go out, once I was like pretty much dried off, I would put on my jeans first. Well, first I'd decide if it was a commando day or not. And
so, wait, before you go.
Yeah.
How does one decide whether it's commando day or not?
Oh, just kind of like what I have going on that day. I don't know. Like if
there are days where you want your fucking junk flopping.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Well, I would say I probably go commando style shit, probably like 80 to 90% of the time.
Really?
Oh. And underwear / boxers are definitely for if there's something going on where I'm having like an athletic kind of a day, like if I'm skating or I don't know, just if I'm going to be like working, I wear underwear on work days. And if I'm skating or like going on a long walk or just hiking, like I'll wear stuff to be supportive. But if it's kind of like a lounging, running errands kind of a day, then it's definitely, or just like milling around the house kind of a day. I'm definitely.
So what happens if you get a fucking involuntary weenie hardener.
What? Like if I like get a spontaneous erection and
Yeah. And you're just running around in your fucking sweats and you're like going up to pick up some fucking shampoo or something, and all of a sudden you're like, is that a breeze or did I just feel happy? What happens at that point?
Well, first of all, this brings up a good point. I never go commando in sweatpants.
In jeans,
yeah,
right?
only go commando in jeans.
So you scab up the head of your wing dang do.
Yeah. So yeah, but back to the other thing is I'll be dried off. It's always jeans first. Always jeans or shorts first. Whatever I'm wearing. I'll put my jeans on and then I kind of do what you were saying. Like I'll be jeans, no socks, no shirt, and I'll usually stay like that for like 5 to 10 minutes till I feel like I'm completely, like free of residual condensation from the shower. and then I'll put on a shirt and then socks and shoes. Some, in a very rare occasion, depending on sort of how dry I'm feeling out of the shower, I may put socks on first and then my jeans, just so when the jeans come on, the jeans actually help pull the socks up and keep them in place.
So I don't have that problem because I don't wear no high ass socks.
Yeah.
I'm not my grandfather, so
I can't. You know what? I rocked ankle high socks for a long time, and I can't fucking wear those anymore. They drive me crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's like an element of they're just not comfortable to me anymore is like the main thing, but I just hate the way it looks if you're wearing jeans and ankle socks and when you sit down and your jeans come up and you can see like leg skin.
And your pom-poms hanging out the back.
And I hate that. Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude, they should bring those socks back. I always thought those were like, that was the fucking hot look.
I think we need Potty Mouth Records pom-pom socks.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, that was definitely a fucking look that I was into.
So I need to throw back because we had this conversation last week while we were trying to plan. We could have used our whilst there, but I controlled it while we were talking about shows. And I wanted to talk about the fucking hall shows because I had this fucking brain fart last week that if we couldn't line something up, we should do a hall show. Matt poo-pooed it right away.
Yeah.
But that was a staple in Hagerstown. Like we played like the Grange Hall.
Well, that's all there was.
What was the thing out in Leitersburg? I was a Grange Hall too.
Yeah.
Then there was the Roritan that we used to play at, and then there was a place with the stage. Was that the Mennonite School or something?
So I'm trying to, I mean, you pretty much hit all the big ones. There's, the Wilson Ruritan building, which was the one on the corner there at, or no, wait, no. So the Wilson Ruritan was up the hill from Hewitt's, but then on the corner of Hewitt's was the Wackahoo, Grange Hall.
Oh, yeah.
That's where Avail played. Mm-hmm. And, they're like that's when kind of like Jason Murphy was doing shows a lot. He had a lot of his shows there. And then there was the Leitersburg Grange Hall. What was the other one you said?
Was there I think the Wackahoo is the one. I said the Wilson, and like we did the Funkstown Fire Hall.
Yeah, Funkstown Fire Hall. There was the Williamsport Community Center had some of those like Fatal 4 shows, and you guys played there. Did. And then the Williamsport Fire Hall had that one show. I went to that, but I didn't stay. And then
was that the Lynx show Is that what I
Yeah,
keep thinking?
I think so. Because I was actually I was at that show, but I didn't stay. And then I was also at one of the community center shows in Williamsport where you guys played and Fatal Force played. But I think I only saw you guys at that show because we were out skate. We didn't even know that show was going on, and we just always skated in the park and just found out like that day that there was something going on. Another place where there was a show was in the same park in Williamsport under the pavilion. They had shows on occasion because Pank played there. I saw
Oh,
Pank play under one of the pavilions in the
that's
park.
cool. Yeah, I don't even fucking remember that. So I kind of thought it would, like, that was my thought process. If we're gonna fucking, if we can't get a show, then we should do a fucking hall show, and we could call and get like Voodoo and like just go fucking old school.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be fucking dumb as shit in a positive way, dumb as shit.
Yeah. I mean, it would definitely be cool. I wouldn't be like opposed to that necessarily, but um I was talking to Gene and he was saying he like I don't know if anyone even really knows how to get a hold of anybody who even books those places anymore. And if they even, I think like one of those places maybe was rented out like a year or so back for some like death metal show or something. But I don't even know who you get a hold of these days to even book those places. And I don't know. Gene just kind of made it seem like Hagerstown's just kind of like dead for shows. Like no one really comes out. And I mean, really, it's like if it wouldn't have been for all those types of places, that's the only thing that even kind of put Hagerstown on the map like a little bit until the 180 Club came around.
Yeah.
But then we also, there was the Morgansville Fire Hall. We actually, I think Bomb Threat played there with the P tanks. And you guys might have played that too, actually.
We played there too. Yeah. We played that as well.
Yeah,
That
I
one had
thought
a
so.
little stage. That wasn't horrible.
Yeah. The one thing I remember from that show was that being I think that was actually maybe one of the last P Tank shows or close to it. Because I remember at that show talking to the drummer and him talking about they were like breaking up soon, I think, because the bass player was going away or something.
Yeah. Was I think well Mike had left, the bass player, and was filling in.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's what it was.
And I don't think they made it much past that. I mean, I thought Greg was awesome, but I don't know. Everybody, there's a certain vibe, when people leave, I guess.
It was different. Like I definitely remember that show being different. Like I talked to him before they played, and he was just I don't know. It just there definitely was like a sense of they knew it was like over soon or whatever. And
Right.
like that bass player was good, but I don't know. For me, it was just it wasn't the same without Mike in the band for some reason.
Right. Well, I think like him, like they were in. I thought the drummer, Evan, yes, like him and Mike were in another band that was like far more popular.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were in the Thumbs, and they toured and played like they were they were like post or pop punky, like more pop punky, and like they really they played a lot and toured a lot.
Gotcha.
So,
That's
and
cool.
I think that's I don't know, Fred or Clean Air or somebody would be better to speak on the lore, or funny.
Yeah.
Well, not lore.
So one thing I did want to talk about, which was kind of crazy that happened yesterday, and it was scary and sad, but everything's okay now. But I was sitting in the house yesterday. I just like finished up eating lunch and I was just sitting down watching some TV. I heard this like crazy fucking sound from outside. And it sounded like brakes like screeching on a car. I don't know, it was weird. Like super loud, this like screech. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And then it happened again. And it was one of those scenarios where something happens and it feels like it's longer than what it is, but it was probably like milliseconds where it like clicked. What I realized what the sound was, it was one of the chickens in the yard.
What?
I was like, oh my God. So like, I don't know. It's like, I just had like this instinct kick in to like, the noise made me just instinctually know that they were in trouble. And I like jumped up off the chair and ran outside like so fucking fast, dude. And I ran out to the yard. And as soon as I opened the gate to run out back, this fucking hawk took off out of the yard. And I was like, holy shit, they were like
Holy shit.
there was a hawk in the yard, like trying to get at them. And they were like screaming. They were like it was like seriously like them like crying for help. And we had actually read about the fact that, chickens have like an array of different noises and sounds they make based on, what their mood is or whatever. And one of the things there's like a chart of like, here's like the 10 sounds you may hear your chickens make throughout their lifetime. And, based on like different levels of like, if they're making this sound, they're probably in pain a little bit. Or if they're making this sound, they're happy and content, or in different variances in between of sounds. And like, definitely this sound they made was like the 10 on the chart of like utter fucking,
oh my God, that's
chaos
so
and disaster is happening sound. So I ran outside, this hawk takes off, and I'm looking all through the yard. I don't see them anywhere. So I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, I wonder if that motherfucker like scooped down and like was like picking them off one by one and like flying off with them somewhere or something. So I was like looking everywhere, couldn't find them. I looked in the coop. I looked in the chicken run. I was like looking under bushes and shit, couldn't find them anywhere. And I was like freaking out, man. I was like so upset. I was like, fuck, like they're fucking gone. Like, and then I was like looked in this one corner of the yard and I saw this gigantic pile of feathers. So I was like, oh fuck, man. Like he definitely got one of them and like tore it up. And I just immediately got like so sad. So I'm looking around and then all of a sudden I started hearing noises. I heard like boop, 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 boop. I was like, oh my God, like I hear one of them, but I couldn't find them. So I was looking around the yard, looking everywhere, dude. I was like lifting shit up, like looking under stuff. And then I ended up going to the very, very back corner of our yard, which I've never even been in before because there's a big tree back there. And the way the branches grow, the branches kind of hang down and almost touch the ground. So there's like a span of like 15 feet in the back corner of the yard that this tree just completely enveloped. So I've never even been under this tree. Well, in the back behind the tree, I like crawled under the branches, and behind the tree, there's a trash can in the corner, like this old metal trash can that was back there. And they were all fucking like huddled in behind this trash can.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. So, and they were shaking, like they were sticking their head outs and they were like shivering, like kind of like all scared. So I finally like looked and I saw that all three of them were back there. So it was our white chicken that got attacked, but they must have fought it off. They must have like helped, they like teamed up with her and like fought this hawk off. So I don't know if it was a combination of it hearing me open the fence and them also fighting it that it finally flew away, but it ripped a bunch of feathers out of my chicken. But she wasn't bleeding. She didn't appear to be hurt at all. So I finally coaxed them to get out from behind the trash can with some food. They came out and they were like all shaking and stuff. And they let me pick them up and hold them. I was just checking them out, make sure they were okay. And after I put them back in the chicken coop, and I came out about an hour later and checked on them, and they seemed to be like okay. They were like back to normal and were like acting like themselves and stuff. But yeah, dude, it was fucking scary. I was like all like crazy, like adrenaline rush from it and shit. Like, but then I did some research, and apparently this type of hawk that we have around our house, they actually aren't big enough to carry our chickens away. Like our chickens way too much.
Like my chickens would be in trouble.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, because I think they're like next to the smallest ones.
Oh shit!
Like there's like one size smaller than what we have. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so they get, but our yard's so wooded's not, it's covered. So they don't ever get the birds of prey, don't ever get a straight shot in on them
Yeah. Well, I
because
mean,
there's
that's
just too much shit in the way.
our yard is kind of like that too. So I don't know if he was just kind of like scoping out for a while to see, what the best path to get in there would be. But yeah, I guess they fought it off and they're just too, because I think our chickens are about 7 or 8 pounds, 6 to 7,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
between 6 and 8 pounds right now. And the whole situation wasn't funny and it upset me and it made me sad, but they're all okay now. But I have to admit, I did think about when I looked this stat up about these hawks can't carry your chickens away. Um, I thought about that part from the Holy Grail when he's like talking about the birds like migrating with the coconuts.
African or European.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
So yeah, that was fucked up. And
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, we don't have that. I fucked up and didn't get one inside one night, and like 2 o'clock, you hear, "Er, er, er, er." I'm like, motherfucker, because he was. Sometimes, if it rains, like they'll hide underneath
yeah.
the plank into the building, into the coop.
Uh-huh.
And apparently I had one when I closed it up, and motherfucker was out in the middle of the night. I'm like, you fucking cocksucker.
Oh.
It doesn't take much to set him off to fucking crow.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, they're like, oh, all my homies are inside and I'm stuck out here.
Yeah, it's fucking douchebag. My chickens are going to be in fucking heaven for the next month because Loki the Supreme is going to visit the dog trainer, aka Amanda's cousin.
Oh yeah.
And he's going away for a month. I'm fucking devastated because I'm gonna miss that asshole.
Yeah.
But he, and I told you, out of the how many days were we away at Nashville? 5. He escaped 4 of them.
Oh really? Jesus.
Oh yeah, fucking just raised havoc in the fucking neighborhood. I think the night before we came home, he escaped at like 11 o'clock, and the kids chased him till like 8 in the morning. They finally caught him, and we were already on our way home. So we figured it was time to kind of take him, maybe get a little bit of training. So
Yes.
when we say, "Hey, dick face, come inside," he comes inside.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. So one thing I did want to bring up in my continuing saga of going to have new fun experiences of things that I've never done before.
Oh no.
I'm going to my first DJ / like EDM show tonight.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
But we're going to see Steve Aoki. Have you heard of him? Super famous DJ guy.
Is he?
Yeah. Apparently, I don't really know much about him, but apparently he's like, if you're into that kind of shit, he's like the bee's knees, I guess.
I know who Casey Kasem is. Wolfman Jack. That might be it.
Yeah, well,
Rick Dees.
What's funny about Casey Kasem is one of the Negativland records is based on him because apparently there was this tape that was circulating in the 80s or 90s of him like going off on some rant like off air, and they recorded it, and I guess some like people in the industry like got it around, and it was like some like it got accidentally passed to some radio DJs and they were like playing it, and then I guess it got shut down or whatever, but Negativland got a copy of it somehow.
It's the one where he's bitching about the fucking doing I forget what the song was. It was like for a dead pet, and then he had to come back and do something happy, and he was all pissed.
Well, that must have been something else, because the one that they based their record on is him. They had him like introducing U2, and he basically like said a bunch of fucked up shit about them. I don't remember exactly what he
that's
says.
awesome. Good for
So
him.
it's just basically him going on a rant, and then they like incorporated those samples into a whole concept record of like Casey Kasem like going on these rants. I know we're not going to reveal what it is, but I just want to go back really quick and reiterate about how A, I'm super excited about the cover that we're doing.
Dude, yes.
And B, it's going to be, I think it's going to be really good. And C, the fact that you guys pulled this out as an idea, this never would have been on my radar as a song to do. And I'm just so excited about it.
I am fucking stoked to do it. I am fucking totally stoked.
Yeah. Who even came up with that? Was it you?
Probably. It was either me or Matt. I think it was me. I can't remember. He might have read it off, and I'm like, yes. Like we were doing like top songs from blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it was like, because you had kind of set the parameter where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
And so we were going it, and these were like, this was like an also motherfucking special guest. It didn't make the list, but it was like, these songs are really cool too. And like, I was like, oh, because I have it on my jukebox and I know it's a fucking badass song.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was like, I know I've questioned myself more than once on like, why has nobody ever covered this fucking song? I mean, there's a reason, but
yeah, like honestly, I think it's going to turn out so cool. I'd actually be stoked to maybe try to record this eventually.
I am all in on fucking recording it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because when we were texting during practice about like songs, one of my picks got shot down. I was sad. Was She's Like the Wind by Patrick Swayze.
No.
Which I was mainly joking about, but
God.
because all that shit I was sending you guys about, here's some of my picks. I had actually just got on like a YouTube 80s playlist.
Yeah.
It was just going down and like looking at songs, and I saw that and I was just cracked up. I was like, oh my God, how funny would that be to make that like a punk song?
Oh my God. Yeah. So I'm really stoked, and I hope we do it justice.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna, I think, work on that a little bit today while I have some extra time.
Oh, do you? Because you're gonna have to get ready to go.
I know I do. I have to go fucking get my DJ EDM on. Yeah. I can't wait to come back with my report on that show on the next episode.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. Well, until next time, thanks for listening, and you all be safe out there and enjoy yourself, and don't get plastic surgery unless you really need it.
I agree.
Feel good about yourself. You don't like accept your age and like live your life.
It's okay to be old.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. Do everything you can to not look like Madonna. That's all we ask.
Yes, please.
All right. Later.
All right. Boy.
This podcast was brought to you by Potty Mouth Records. Contact us at pottymouthrecords@gmail.com and find us on the web at pottymouthrecords.rocks. That's .rocks. Top that, bitch!
chicken! Finger looking good! Girls got chicken! The girls got chicken! The girls got chicken! The girls got chicken! What is that? What's finger looking good?